He's dead on my shitty phone, and I can't help but feel that I've outgrown these kind of nights. Fist fights and ladder tights, evenings of maybes and mights. 4 o'clock and the club's still open. No chance of eloping, so I stumble home. I go the long way, the other side of the block. And before it's too long, it's 5 o'clock. Where did tonight go? Where's tomorrow gone? I could have sworn that that blonde girl was the one for me, but I'm too old for this. It's time to go back. My detour takes me the way a taxi driver takes a tourist. It takes me around town and more. It's the long way home. And it gives me time to think of the chances I've blown. Think of the highs and the fucking lows as I pick the crusted crystals from my bleeding nose. But I'm so self-involved. I'm so concerned about my own life that I don't see the lack of fucking light. The boarded houses standing bare, the smell of smoke lingering in the cold night air, the empty streets occupied with Tesco bags, ripped up porno mags, bits of joints and crumpled fags, littering the floor, littering the street where feet once tread, the floor where instead of building a better future, the council builds a bidding war, selling properties for £1, £1, 100 pennies to litter the dirty ground where feet once tread, and eulogies cover the walls. Graffiti where there used to be footballs, the footfall's nearing zero around here now, and I just mess about a bit. I jump the puddles, kick the grit, spitting for the fuck of it, and I'm stumbling the wrong way home. My head spins and I move on, along the empty streets, thinking about the blonde girl, borderline Bond girl. Why didn't she look at me? But halfway down I take a seat, on the step of a house with no number, and I start to actually wonder about who lived here. About the noises that came through the walls, the echoes of children and their pictures that hung in the halls, and I think about the city. I think about the history, and I think about how it's such a pity that these buildings are left for dead. Left for scrap, left for rubble, left for rot, left to remind us that it can all be taken away like that. I'm back in the club, the blonde Bond girl's gone, and Simon's so fucked he's chatting up John, teeth chattering, trying to ignore their restless jaw, but in the morning they'll be fine and they'll have forgotten it all, but I'm here. It's 6, and the sun begins to rise, and I'm sitting outside this empty house not wanting to move. A glimpse of that golden globe peeks over a busted roof, and I think, if there weren't someone here, this wouldn't be a street. Without my feet planted on the floor, this is just a road that isn't used anymore, a scar on the belly of a city, an infected organ that was removed and not improved because it's easier to shut things down. And as the light appears, a picture in front of me reveals a drawing of a sun shining over a street, crudely sketched on a boarded up metal sheet. It must be 9 when I get home. I drink a cup of tea and I charge my phone before I fall asleep. And that night I don't dream of the blonde Bond girl or worries of being old. I dream of that picture coming to life, and the light revealing the empty streets that have been pushed to one corner, homes evicted by a court order, front doors with no latch but a wooden border, and a dream of a dot on a map making zigzags, moving along a street that doesn't exist, a glitch, a mistake, or a fuck-up. One the cartographers must just have missed.